Hey, okay, so in this video, we're talking to Vieara, songwriter behind a lot of these hits that are out here streaming across all media platforms. Um, we want to talk about this segment, who you are as a songwriter. Okay, we got some things lined up. This is part two of our series with you. We're with you in New Jersey. Thank you so much for having us.
Mhm.
I know you're going to be going back to LA, or, for the summer. That's
Yes.
something that you tend to do, which is as we
Mhm.
go. I'm going to talk about that at another time. That sounds fascinating to me that you're here in Jersey and then you're in LA for the summers.
Gotta keep it moving.
That's so. So when I was looking into you, it seemed like there's like four parts of you that I want to kind of get into. There's the drag queen performing part of you.
Yeah.
There's the fashion part of you. You look fabulous
Thank you.
tonight. Okay, so I was doing some reading on you, and there's four parts to you that I thought was really interesting. One, you're a drag performer and drag queen, so I want to kind of get into that. That's exciting. You're also very fashionable. You look fantastic tonight.
Thank you. Thank
I found out that you're a makeup artist, so that makes sense. You do your own
you.
makeup.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I got to hear about that. And then we already talked about in part one your music background, and of course there's going to be more videos to come about your music, talking one on one about that. But let's get into the let's start with the drag queen. When did this start?
I dibbled and dabbed in drag when I was 18, 17,
Okay, okay.
and I just went on a very long hiatus. I went on a very long
Really? Why? What
hiatus.
happened?
Uh, Basically, the scene in my hometown
Okay,
was just
hometown of Trent.
yes, it
Okay,
just deteriorated. So there wasn't nowhere to perform and there wasn't really anything going on.
okay.
So, I just did the hiatus and
What
made
about the Philly drag scene? I mean, you're not too far from Philadelphia. What about that?
I didn't know any local
Okay,
queens, so
yeah.
I didn't really get my foot fully wet into the waters with doing drag.
Okay.
So, like I said, I took a hiatus, but I recently returned back to doing it once I auditioned for a season of Drag Race.
Oh, that is cool. When did you audition for Drag Race?
I would say I auditioned for Drag Race back in 2023,
Okay.
24.
Okay. So that's probably like season 17 or 18.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's exciting. Okay, so no drag scene in Jersey. You're a little too scared, I guess, to go into Philadelphia drag scene because you got Safira Cristal out of
Yes.
Philadelphia.
Yes.
And I
Hmm.
think there was some other wasn't there another there was another queen.
Mandy Mango.
Mandy Mango, that's right, out
Yes.
of Philadelphia.
Hmm.
But are there any queens out of Jersey that have been on the show?
There's plenty of queens from Jersey, just
Okay.
not from my end of
Okay, not from
Jersey.
your okay.
Yes.
Okay, so drag, is that something that I know DragCon in LA? Have you been to that?
No, but I'm
Okay.
planning on going
Okay.
this summer.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be exciting to see how LA Pride is and all this other stuff. Hey, if you haven't watched the first video, Vieira is a trans woman songwriter from New Jersey who is making tremendous progress in her songwriting and the AI collaboration that she uses to kind of help bring it to life when she tries to sell these to either upcoming or mainstream vocal artists that are looking for songwriters. So we talked about drag queen. That's one part of who you are. Oh, a Gemini at that. We talked about
Yes.
that. Gemini, right? So it's nowhere near Gemini season yet. And so let's talk about fashion. You look fantastic tonight. So
Thank
what's going
you.
on
Thank
here?
you. Well, I've always had a thing for fashion ever since I was young. Fashion has been one of my top loves in life.
Okay.
I've always been creative with my looks and how I wanted to present and come outside. So, I've always been the type of girly, a lot of glitter, a lot of rhinestones, give me a little sparkle.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So it wasn't something that I guess you thought about as a career. Like, I mean, we talked about it in part one of this that you really uh, didn't really plan to be a songwriter. So you kind
No.
of open up that side of your life and let us in and create a tremendous number of songs that are from beautiful ballads to these upbeat R&B, hip hop, trap You got a lot of
Yes.
electronica stuff in there. You
Mhm.
even have some, you know, you have so many different styles that you've kind of woven into your music, which makes you really, really successful. But okay,
Mhm.
so along with your fashion, that's another piece of this. Fashionable, you're a songwriter, you're a drag performer. What about the makeup?
Makeup, I fell in love with makeup when I started doing drag at 18. When
Okay.
I was diving in drag, I got into makeup very quickly. And over time, it's just I think that's what my hiatus was. I stopped doing drag to pursue doing makeup. And I just dedicated my days and nights to continuously do it
Hmm.
every day, not just on myself, but on others as well. And now I'm evolved. I'm growing more and more each day as a makeup artist, and I'm enjoying the process of where I am with my makeup journey.
So, are you doing family? I remember talking to you off camera about you doing your full makeup, you're doing lashes and all this stuff to your family and friends.
Yes.
Um, was that something that you thought about doing before music to kind of have a cosmetology business?
That most definitely was.
Okay.
Most definitely was. Because makeup has always been a passion. It wasn't something that I done like just to look pretty.
Hmm.
It was also something that I wanted to do to make others look pretty. And I wanted to have that career based in that as well. But it's like what better way to express my talents than to just not just do one of them but do both and be able to combine all of my talents together
Right.
as far as wise is fashion, music, cosmetics, you know?
Yeah, they're all creative art forms. So that's kind of it makes perfect sense that you're kind of that's your overall brand.
Hmm.
Um, so I just wanted to wrap up this interview. Is there anything else that you want your listeners to hear? I mean, you know, these are the people that are going to be behind making you more, popular. Bringing in all those streams and all those likes and all those followers and subscribers. Is there anything else that we need to know about you as an artist, as a person that you wanted to share?
Well, to be honest, I'm an open book. I'm very open to share about my life experiences. So I express it through my music so that way people can get to know me on not just of a personal level, but on a musical, deeper level.
Okay.
Like, I want people to be able to connect with my personality of where I where I build myself to be.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So if you'd like to find out more about Vieira, definitely go to her, YouTube page. In the comments, drop anything that you'd like to know. Any other social media outlets, send a chat. Do what you want to do to get to know her and to see what more music will be coming out that fits the kind of mood or the life that you're living in that you can kind of it resonates with you. Um, so Vieira, at all always it's pleasure. Thank you so much for spending time with us, and we
Yeah.
will see you climbing the ladder.
Darling. Darling. Step into the fashion.